Africa is fast gaining recognition as a dynamic and attractive frontier market for international capital flows. With GDP growth rate consistently averaging in excess of 5% per annum, Africa is an exciting investment destination, with the opening of markets generating entrepreneurial opportunities and delivering superior returns.
The interest from private equity is natural and expected because the fundamentals across East Africa and across Africa generally, but particularly in East Africa, have become very strong. Governments are improving governance and accountability. They're investing in infrastructure, providing services. Education is a big factor. So as the markets become more conducive, investors are likely expected to respond. And private equity, as any other asset class, is going to be very attractive to a market where the conducive environment is there. But the underpin is always the entrepreneurs in that market. At the end of the day, private equity is going to be looking for dynamic, young entrepreneurs that they can back and invest in, and East Africa clearly is a haven of activity in that area.
Catalyst Principal Partners was established in 2009 as a leading regional private equity firm focused exclusively on East Africa. With $125 million of funds under management raised from leading international and regional institutional investors and family offices, Catalyst is the largest player in the region with a world-class investment team. Mimosa Pharmacy is a leading quality-focused retail pharmacy company with a strong reputation for delivering quality health and beauty products. Established 10 years ago, the pharmaceutical retail chain has grown to 6 stores located in high-traffic retail centers in Nairobi and at the coast in Kenya.
If you look at the pharmacy sector, pharmacies generally tend to be the first line of treatment for many due to their convenience and the cost and logistical challenges of visiting doctors. And if you look at the estimated 6,000 pharmacies across Kenya, only about 20% are registered and capable of providing a standardized level of service in terms of price and quality. Poor quality is still a pervasive issue, with counterfeiting estimated at about 30% across the region. And even if you look at the service delivery capability within pharmacies themselves, only about 50% of drugs sold are sold with proper prescriptions. Based on these considerations and looking at the increased formalization of the retail sector and increased spending in healthcare and personal care products, we felt that an investment in this sector would further fill the gap between the market supply and the consumer need. And we decided to partner with Mimosa because of its leading market position within Kenya, specifically in Nairobi and Mombasa, and also looking at a ready pipeline of new locations that we've identified across the region.
The acquisition of Mimosa provides a solid platform for the aggressive organic and inorganic expansion strategy aimed at the target market for a health and beauty offer. Mimosa stands out because of the 3 key areas. We are looking at professional pharmacy service, the product range which we have on the retail side, and the consumer experience that we provide with the customer.
Jamii Bora. Established in 1999 as Jamii Bora Trust, a non-profit trust for street families, Jamii Bora has evolved to become one of the top-performing commercial bank and microfinance lenders in Kenya.
Jamii Bora Bank has a strong brand awareness in the Kenyan marketplace. It has a developing business model, but a strong, compelling customer value proposition, and a management team comprising of experienced finance professionals who are capable of delivering the company's strategy and, critically, as co-investors, are aligned to shareholder expectations. These are all key considerations in our decision to invest in this finance institution.
For the next phase of our growth, we are really looking at partnerships, partnering with people who can help us to get to the next level. And that is where partners like Catalyst Capital come in, people who do understand this market, who can help in terms of bringing in knowledge of the local market, of the banking industry, and also helping us in terms of being able to invest money and increase of our capital. So we are very, very excited of having Catalyst Capital as one of our shareholders, and we definitely know this partnership will be a win-win for both the bank and Catalyst.
Chai Bora is one of Tanzania's leading tea processing firms, with a strong brand heritage accrued over the past 2 decades and etched in the local market's livelihood as an indigenous business leader. The tea processing firm commands a market share in excess of 50% and continues to dominate the packaged tea business of Tanzania.
Over the last 2 years, the company, we have invested in the infrastructure of the business, as well as the operations, transportation and systems and procedures of the business. And those have created a base that we can be comfortable to expand the business into a different dimension.
I think Chai Bora is on track to deliver good returns to us as an investor. It's a business that I feel proud to be associated with, given its leading status in Tanzania and its brand recognition. And I think the better years for Chai Bora are yet to come.
Yes Brands is Ethiopia's leading mineral water bottling company, which just 4 years since establishment has captured 40% of the local market share, with demand significantly outstripping supply for the country's underserviced consumer market of 85 million people.
We have a fantastic brand and working in a fantastic environment. We will build a very profitable and growing business in Ethiopia because the environment is right. We have the right party, the local party, in terms of the person who was the vision carrier for this brand. The brand that was developed is very good, is very strong. We will leverage on that brand to diversify into other categories, and therefore I see the brand growing in a very good way and becoming very, very profitable.
Yes, የታሸገ ውሃ ምርት በማምረት ላይ በጥራትና በእግዚአብሔር በሰጠን መልካም የንግድ ብራንድ የስን አሁን በአገራችን ውስጥ ባለው ከፍተኛ ተቀባይነት ፍላጎታችንና ሐሳባችን የወደፊቱ የስን ወደ አፍሪካ ብራንድ ለአፍሪካ ብራንድ ለማድረግ ትልቅ የማስፋፊያና ማርኬቱን በኢስት አፍሪካም ለማስፋፋት እቅድ አለኝ። ይሄውም ደግሞ ከውጪ ካታሊስት ግሩፕ ፓርትነር ሆነን ወደፊት ወደ ተለያዩ ቢቨሬጅ ጁስ ሲኤስዲ እና የተለያዩ ነን አልኮሊክ ፕሮዳክቶች ላይ በስፋት ልንሰማራ በዝግጅት ላይ ነን። የኔ ፍላጎት ወደፊት የስ ብራንድ ከኢትዮጵያ ተወልዷል። ወደፊት ደግሞ ወደ አፍሪካ ብራንድ ለማድረግ ይሄ እቅድና ሐሳብ አላማ አለን እንደ እግዚአብሔር ፍቃድ።
Over the past 1 year, we have focused intensively on increasing existing water capacity. To date, we have increased capacity by 60% and expect that to go up by an additional 30% by the end of the year. Yes Brands, as you know, is the market leader in Ethiopia and has been in the fortunate position whereby they actually have shortfalls. They cannot meet market demand, and that's what we focused on extensively over the last year, making sure we are meeting market demand.
Chemicotex is a leading oral and personal care products manufacturer in Tanzania, with its flagship White Dent brand having 75% market share in the toothpaste category and with 30% market share across the creams and lotions segments.
Chemicotex for us was a very key investment for us. It was our first investment in the fund and really spoke to one of the key themes of our investment strategy. This was already a successful business in Tanzania, 75% market share in toothpaste and growing in the other personal care product categories. But we saw an opportunity with Chemicotex to take what was already a local jewel and build a regional champion of scale out of this very compelling investment proposition. And over the last 3 years, we have consistently been growing the business outside of the Tanzanian market. Of course, retaining our market share and growing the business within Tanzania, which is critical. But today, we're the number 3 brand in the Kenyan market. You will see us very prolifically available in any of the major retail stores, as well as, again, importantly, in the informal channels, in the kiosks, in the C&D stores, etc.
We have seen phenomenal growth over the last 6 years, almost averaging about 25% compounded. And with the new investors coming in, we are projecting a massive growth. So therefore, we are in a process of takeoff. To meet those requirements, we are looking at enhancing the manufacturing capabilities, both in terms of facilities as well as improved productivities. We are looking at tripling volumes in oral care, tripling volumes in cosmetics. We are looking at foods business to grow, and therefore in all areas we would be requiring a lot of capacity building up.
FCO is a Tanzania-based plant hire company established in 2010 that provides for lease, heavy haulage and logistics equipment, as well as offering civil engineering services in the mining and road construction sectors.
In January 2014, Catalyst invested in FCO and took a majority stake in partnership with the management team. And in July 2014, FCO acquired Minesight, a firm that provided a range of services to the mining sector in northwestern part of Tanzania. Through the investment in Minesight, the group is well positioned to become a leading contract mining services company in the country.
What appealed to us about FCO was two key aspects. First is we backed a management buyout of the business. We backed a management team who's been in this business, who's experienced and who set up FCO across Southern Africa and were running it. And the second aspect is the sector that this plays in. There's been a lot of interest in the oil and gas and in the mining sectors in Eastern Africa. Tanzania particularly, there's been a great deal of natural wealth in the country for many years now, but this sector is constantly generating excitement in the region, and it was a sector we wanted to participate in through companies that provide services to the mining and oil and gas extraction industries.
Catalyst continues to pursue its vision of creating regional champions of scale. Providing world-class support to the visionary entrepreneurs, building East Africa's next big businesses remains at the heart of our relentless quest to be a catalyst for Africa's prosperity and growth. Catalyst. Value beyond capital.